Good Saturday morning here, July 18th. Doormat delivery at 3:55 in the morning. Got a pickup here at the Amazon facility to do a 3.5-hour block. Starting in about 5 minutes, I'm going to go check in and get these packages picked up, sorted, labeled, and on my way to deliver. It's a really warm morning here in North Carolina, about 78 degrees and pretty high humidity. Makes it a little tougher to breathe going up and down stairs and carrying boxes around, but we'll get it done and earn this $84 for the morning. Scan each one of these and the app tells you the stop number, and I gotta write it down. I'm going to an area I don't believe I've delivered to before. Not real far from my normal areas, but still different. And you always love it when you find a bag labeled heavy. I like to get the boxes and the bigger bags in first. 35. And then the little envelopes all fit around that. And now I gotta take these around to the front and middle. Midland, North Carolina is where these packages are labeled for. Pretty sure I've never gone there. Last package scanned. And it's kind of warm. What's kind of crazy is, I don't know if the parking actually gets full or people just don't want to have to deal with pulling into this parking. But they line the road down there. And they have to take their carts all the way down and around to get to it. Packages all in the car and sorted. Now 23 minutes and 21 miles to the first delivery. Block was scheduled for 4:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. for $84, 3.5 hours. It'll put me a good 45 minutes away from home when I actually finish too, so I'll have that drive time back. But it's a Saturday, so I'm not stressed about getting back by any specific time other than to get home and rest some. First delivery, package number 2. Kind of in a rural area here, I believe. Couldn't quite figure out where our front door was. It was kind of a porch over there, but I had to walk all the way around to the side of the house to get to it, so I just did the garage entry instead. It's almost 5 a.m. now since it had the 20-minute drive. Took a little while to get down here, and now 4:55. Should begin to lighten up in the next half hour, 45 minutes. All right, I've dropped off the first 20 packages, I believe. So I've now moved everything from the very back up to the front. Still in the rural area for the most part. A lot of gravel driveways. Bumpy at that. And I gotta hope I can do a U-turn to get out of here somewhere. About 10 after 6 now. Finally gotten light enough where I can actually see my surroundings and mailbox and house numbers better. And it makes scanning packages a lot easier too. And now we have 2.2 miles to the next one. Definitely a lot of distance between them here. Was out last night doing an Uber Eats delivery evening and a Quest, the same $27 Quest that I've done a few times with the restrictions of restaurants that I have to watch the map real close for, but have kind of learned which ones work for that Quest. First pickup was it's about 1.5 miles total, but I was a mile plus away from the restaurant, so the delivery from restaurant to apartment was like a quarter, maybe 0.3 miles. Really close. However, I ended up walking quite a bit because I was in the right building but just couldn't find the apartment number. It's basically a big circle, and I went the wrong way to get to it in the short distance and ended up walking all the way around the circle of the building inside the building. But the guy was originally offered $10 for that 1.5 miles or so, which is definitely why I was excited to take it. And the guy ended up tipping an additional $6, so $16 for 1.5 miles, plus whatever the extra walking around the building I did was. Turned out to be a good night though. Got $113 total. And 3 hours of driving, so it was a $37 per hour average. Of course, that's mainly due to getting the $27 bonus. It would have been definitely under 100 for the 3 hours if there wasn't the bonus going, but there was another person that added a little bit of a tip too, so it was a good night with that stuff going on. I grabbed the wrong package at first. Lots of corn. I'm 0.4 miles to the next one. I actually passed it on the way here, so I'm going back. That house I just delivered to had a cute doormat. It was taking a poll from delivery drivers. Were Ross and Rachel on a breakup? Referring to the Friends TV show. That last house also had a minivan parked with a bit of a dent in its fender. And I took a picture of it because it had a Band-Aid, really large Band-Aid decal stuck on that dent. Trying to heal the car's owie. This is definitely a rural route. Been in and out of lots of little gravel driveways. This is a gravel road that was almost a mile long to get back to that house. Probably need to get the camera on more because there's been cows and horses and donkeys. Not sure if it would have picked them up because they're usually off to the side. Hi, kitty, 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 kitty. Hi, kitty, 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 kitty. And they've already got Amazon and Chewy deliveries. Want to say hi? Okay. You have a good day now. 2 miles to the next one. That was package number 38. It's now 7:17, so only got 2 more packages left. That's good. And then to find my way home from Midland, North Carolina is where I believe I still am. drop it in here. They don't want you coming down to their house, I guess. That was the last one. Well, that was probably one of the more rural routes that I've done for Amazon Flex. There's been a couple where I've been out there pretty well, but this one definitely got me further away from home, further away from the city, into a lot of farmland and gravel roads. Not a bad deal, I guess, just a lot more miles than normal. I ended up having 75 miles by the time I left the house and did the last pickup. Now I've got another 30 miles to get back home, so well over 100 miles. Definitely not a great or not a good mileage route, but it's all right. Still got the $84. Finished 15 minutes early, which technically I was still about 3.5 hours since I started the pickup about 15 minutes early. So I started 15 minutes early, ended 15 minutes early. So just a lot of the miles, or a lot of the between drop-offs were 1.5, 2.5 miles. Only a couple of times did I have short distances. What I was kind of surprised to see, though, was the number of houses with Amazon packages already sitting there. Assuming those were from today, that means one of the earlier routes, the 315, 330 or whatever route, was already out and delivering to the same houses I was delivering to. And there was probably 5 or 6 houses that already had packages. It just seems like when I get this far out and rural, they would probably have less drivers coming this way. And maybe it was only 2 of us, who knows. Earlier on, it's still dark, I did have that one guy come out, ask who I was delivering from. I mean, I had my Amazon jacket on, or vest on, and everything. It should have been pretty obvious, but I'm not sure if he actually meant where it was from or who it was for, but I told him Amazon, and he seemed okay with that. And that was the guy that let me circle around his front yard / front gravel driveway instead of having to back out onto a busy highway. But yeah, this was Midland, North Carolina, early morning delivery. Heading back home now. Thanks for watching Doormat Delivery. Have a good weekend.